almost failed. YouTube Live. You think that would have been good? It would have been. You like that? Would have been funny.
What's going on? What's going on, YouTube Outlaws? What's happening?
Outlaw.
Happy Thursday, right?
Outlaw.
So we're here, waiting for the Facebook group to join in. The Facebook, come on.
Well, we live on Facebook.
All right, what's going on, y'all? The People's Network presents Outlaw Radio. I am Brother Talk to Teach, listen to learn, your truth transfer engineer. We in here, man, getting healthy, wealthy, wise, free, happy, and full of joy. I got my brothers with me, man. Tell me something good.
Peace, y'all. How y'all doing out there? This Saturday, I want to mention right away on the 26th, Saturday, we got the Vegan Expo coming up. I'll be doing a demonstration. I'll be speaking actually at 1 o'clock. So make sure y'all chime in. I also have a booth up there. So come get your nature's nature herbs and supplement. It up there, just hit me 414-949-2122. We got this elderberry syrup on deck. Never mind the flu shot. This is what you need. You need a shot of this every day. You'll be all right.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy, the World Class Smartass. I'm in the building for another edition of Outlaw Radio, man. We take time off. It seems like forever, but we are back at you, man. Hit like, hit share, hit follow. I want to welcome my brothers here back to the studio, to the beautiful Chocolate City Studios in Northwest Milwaukee. 414 represent.
414.
Hit like, hit share, hit follow. Tell a friend. It's Outlaw Radio Casualties. Don't fret, because they're all archived on my page. Kevin Barnes, Talk to Teach, Listen to Learn.
Yeah.
Kamar Carter. They're all tagged in. So whoever is your favorite person on the show, give them some love, show them some love, give them some thumbs up.
Hey.
And share the show, man. Tell people that this is what's up, man. This is the 414 imprint. Shout out to all the black businesses in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Right.
If you're black and you're trying to conduct business and you're doing it right, holler at us, man. We love to promote people. You see the 3041 logo. Shout out to 3041 North of Missing Terry.
Yeah.
414-810-3131, man. Get on the calendar, man. And we so much love, so many people we supported. Next Level Vegans. Shout out to Rain Truth. Condolences for your loss and all that, right? So yeah, we ride with you. We love Rain Truth. We love Next Level Vegans. And people always tell me, like, for a fat dude, you have a lot of vegetarians on this show, right? But that's because I do the Warrior Report with Brother Kamar Carter, who's the holistic herbalist or herbologist type script.
Come on in.
Right. You represent every perspective of
Let's
black.
get healthy.
You should try to.
That's right.
But like I said, man, you know, it is Casualties of War. Make sure we're going to get to do a Saturday show this week, too, 7:30, man. You know, we love the Saturday night show, man. It goes bananas. Usually the weekend rundown.
Right.
Ride with us on that. But tonight, man, we're going to get into this Casualties of War, right? And I'm looking for fire and brimstone, right? So I'm thinking of concepts and I'm conceptualizing.
A little instigating.
Right. I'm multitasking. And I'm saying, well, you know, I want to talk about, you know, what we going up against right now. But you always, like, you represent the hardline militant on the show. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Who, me?
Right. I ain't gonna say who, but you, right? So you represent that, you know, a real line drawn in the sand by default. With just, you know, whatever, you know.
I'm just.
You hold that though. That's what you do.
Yes,
so
yes.
I said war, and war is a very serious word,
right?
Because it indicates that there's open conflicts with strategic goals in mind.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So everything, and war's not just guns, because there was a Cold War, you know, which was a war of attrition. There are wars, that neighborhood wars.
Right.
You know what I mean?
There's different wars. There's the war on drugs.
Right.
They got a war on
whatever that
they
was.
got a war on. They got a war on cancer.
Right.
There's a war on
poverty.
There's a war on masculinity.
You feel me?
Yeah. So it's different kind of wars. Right?
But you know what war produces? Casualties.
Casualties. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether collateral or not, whether friendly fire or not.
So it's inevitable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have fight, will travel, will die. Right? So when I say casualties of war, I mean whatever individual battles we are fighting,
right?
Whatever struggles we are going through, we look at them and we say, you know, you have to take a position, you have to align yourself with the right side, and you have to be strategic in how you go about your business.
Right.
That sounds like war to me.
Okay.
You know, so I say casualties of war. So my brothers and sisters out here who have a lack of understanding, who are cursed by the beast that we call the United States of America. They're casualties of war. These brothers and sisters who are dying in the streets right now via this crazy violence, they're not just random victims. They're victims of a war.
Now wait, because you sound like you're starting to get into this conspiracy theorist area, right? Is this what you keep talking like this? That's what they're gonna start to call you.
I just want you to have a good time.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
I just want you to have a good time. I'm trying to get you. I'm trying to stoke your fires here, man.
Okay.
Because we're talking about war.
Yeah.
So processing what we're up against, I'm looking at it as such. Like, no, you know what this is? This is a war. You know, and it's like, okay, the school to prison pipeline.
Right.
You know, the inequalities in the criminal justice system. People say with lack of social justice, right?
Well, we see it. It's like, we see it. I mean, they put it in our face, right? You know, she'll get 10 years for killing a dog.
Right.
I mean, for killing a black man, he'll get 45 years for killing a dog.
You get 45 years for selling some weed.
Okay, so yes, it's in your face. So that's tell you where your value is. Right?
Yeah.
So it's no mistake to be made. But after a while, some things get to be too coincidental, right? Some things are too coincidental to be coincidence. And when you got the same thing happen in different areas and whatnot, it does get to be a conspiracy. But I say this: white people conspire.
Oh, you don't say.
It's a fact, right? You know what I mean? So you have to look at that. And then when you mention war, we got a lot of people that's not involved, right? And so you mentioned knowing what side to be on. So we got a lot of people
choosing a side. I said choosing.
You did say choosing.
Right. And knowing and choosing is two different things.
Right. Okay. But you have to do something because doing nothing still has a consequence.
They're both action verbs.
Yeah. Right. So I appreciate that.
Brother Kamar, you better come on in.
Because
when we talk about sustenance and biology and how we operate in terms of how we keep our machines flowing, that's your perspective.
I say they got this award. It's a war on our well-being.
Okay.
You know what I mean? First of all, you know, they pushing this gay agenda here.
You
know what I'm saying? So this here, you know, if you're attacking male masculinity, you know what I mean, you're attacking the family, the black family.
Right. Yeah. Natural.
You know what I mean? So they hitting us from that angle.
Yes.
The food. You know what I'm saying? They attacking us with the food. They attacked us with the food already. You know what I'm saying? So now we addicted to everything that we don't need.
Right.
You got incarceration. Incarceration is another way they shooting at us. You know what I'm saying? Look at, you know, like my generation, through mass incarceration. I mean, come on, man, who was the people getting locked up? Right. You know what I mean? So that was a war on us.
Yeah. Via Bill Clinton's 1994.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Poverty.
Bill. Right.
Poverty is something that was bestowed on us a long time ago. You know what I mean? That's another way they shooting at us. You know what I mean? It's just all kind of ways, man. And like I said, you sum all those up, man, and it's really a war against our well-being.
Well, and I want people to understand this too, because I don't know if this is said enough. I don't believe that black people are the poster children for racism or oppression or poverty or criminality. I don't think we're the poster children for them, because every race has some underprivileged, underserved people who suffer the same consequences, right? But I will say this. In the United States of America, it's up front simply because of the history of it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people say, well, why is everything about race in America? Let me tell you why everything is about race in America. Because when television revolutionized communication and the passing of information, it was really that footage from Alabama with the fire hoses and the dogs.
Talking about the Colonel Commission decided why they rioted all over. They did a study right after that because the next president wanted to know why the niggas acted the same in Chicago as they did in Detroit as they did in Watts, right? And they put together a group called the Colonel Commission, and they ended up the answer was television, like you said. It was the images, it was the media. So that's when they began to take control of the media.
Well, that put a stamp on it, and you can't unsee that footage.
Right.
That is when you think about okay, racism, what it looks like, institutionalized racism. You see in your head, you see the dogs, the fire hoses, you see this kind of thing, right? So I'm saying, so people in America say, well, you know who runs America really is the media, right? Because the media keeps you talking. And the media established this
It
relationship.
gives you your information, tells you what to wear, how to
we're gonna show you. We got a camera.
Yeah.
So this is why
get you outraged, can make you happy.
This is why it's such a big deal in America. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I say black people, listen, there's poor Latinos, there's poor white people, there's poor Jewish people, believe it or not. There's poor Arabs. Not every Arab owns a grocery store or a gas station, right?
You're right.
So we're not the poster children. But at the same time, you can't get upset when I call you on it. You know, it's like you're playing the race card. No, I'm telling you the truth about how this shit really is.
Well, I don't think we're the poster child of it now. At this point, I think it started out like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think we were the representative of worldwide.
But then as other nationalities came in, they fell victim by default.
Now, let me tell you, this is why I disagree with both of you, because I think we are the poster children. And I think we not only were, but I think we are now, because no other group of people, you know, are not in touch with their religion. Okay. They don't know who their original God was. No people that don't even know what country they came from, or where their last name derived from. Don't know any of the rituals or the traditions that come from their people. No other people was cut off. And forbidden to learn it for centuries. No other. So there's those people that you compare us to. Well, they have a country, they have a tradition, they have a culture, something that we do not have. So
that's why I said originally.
That's why I said
And
originally.
that's a good point.
And that's
I like that.
Yeah, and that's why I said originally. That's also why I said originally. You know what I'm saying? That's why I also said originally we were the poster child, because it had to have been targeted to somebody.
But it still affects us.
Well, yeah, definitely. I'm not saying it don't affect us no more. But I'm just saying everybody else fell in by default.
I guess within the context, and we always use this word on this show, context.
Well, we're the only ones
within the context of it. What I was saying when I said we're not the poster children, meaning it's not a crutch that we lean on or should lean on.
Right.
It's not an excuse to be made or whatever. It's just it's the bottom line reality of it.
Well, what's one of the first stages of what we call being woke, right? It's to learn your heritage, understand who you are, understand. So that's just us getting awake. It's just learning things about us that everybody else already knows about themselves. Right. You know what I'm saying?
No, that what you talked about, that real raping of your understanding is the mind bender of all. Because you wonder why you can't get right. Like we did a show last week called Can't Get Right. You wonder why.
Right.
But your psyche has been bent and twisted and manipulated in so many different ways.
Yes, sir.
You are inherently traumatized at birth.
Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, it's in your DNA.
Yeah. You're traumatized again when you find out everything they told you was another lie.
Everything
you believe.
Hey, listen, check this out. Let me.
Yes, sir.
On a deeper aspect.
Okay.
Right.
Oh,
you know what I mean? You figure. We got mothers, a pregnant woman, right?
Okay.
Now, when you get stressed, it's a known fact that, you know what I mean, it affects you.
Yes.
It affects the cells in your body and everything. Now, if you have a child in you, you know what I mean. If you're being traumatized, that child. If you're being traumatized, that child is also being traumatized. So it's being born into a traumatized atmosphere. You know what I mean? So yeah, you're born like that. It's in your DNA. It's locked in already.
Well,
and we have to learn how to come up out of that, you know?
And you're absolutely right. We use the word war, right? And so think about all the mental illnesses and whatnot that they've discovered or that they have now for people that come back from war, right?
Yeah.
And we born into a war. Our neighborhoods are a war. You know what I'm saying? We've grown up. We got people that hear gunshots and it's second nature. They almost don't think twice about it, or they hear gunshots and everybody knows exactly what to do, hit the floor, because it's commonplace, right?
And that thing like black people got an unwritten rule. Person start running, everybody run, and then look back and be like, what was we running?
That's cultural. We talk about it later,
right?
Yeah.
Hey, what you start running from? Because he was running.
Hey, no question.
I know who he came in with. You know, hey, and that's what I'm saying. Casualties of war. There's an actual aggressive stance being taken by a lot of people who you probably see. And I know what it feels like to be black and just to want to be comfortable. Just to say, you know what? I just want to live in the suburbs and like, just be like an African American, and you can try that. The problem is you will always have a nigga moment. I don't care how big your house is. I don't care what the status you have. I went to Yale. I went to Harvard. The police done pulled you over.
And you can surround yourself with the great, loving white people, right?
There's a lot of good white people in this world.
And I'm saying that.
Shout out to all the good white people. And I'm
saying that genuinely, right? But you can surround yourself them, but you
That's
still
fucked up that you got to say that.
But you're still gonna have a nigga moment because the system is designed for you to have a nigga moment.
Right? Mm-hmm. Just to remind you,
bad black woman,
from whence you come.
Man.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So
get mad.
Hey, shout out to I was gonna go see that movie tonight, man.
Which one?
The Mad Black Man. It was some film festival.
You was gonna skip the show for that shit?
No, when I found out it was in conflict with the show, here I am.
I hope, man. You gotta get worried there. Like,
you wasn't worried.
I started to go to the movies on your ass tonight. Right?
He wasn't concerned about it.
Milwaukee got a hold of L. Milwaukee has to hold an L.
Uh-oh.
I got an L alert for Milwaukee.
Uh-oh. The Bucks losing?
Nah, this ain't about sports, son. This is some real deal right here. This is real spit, right?
Okay.
And I hate to use that word even in regards to this conversation.
Okay.
That boy Tank, man, who we long claim.
Hey, man, he was just born in Milwaukee.
Right. Well, we know that, but we've been
claiming. We didn't raise him.
He lived here for a substantial period. And then, now, he wasn't,
I'm trying to give every excuse I can, man.
This brother, see, okay.
He ain't from here. I don't know him.
Let's reel this back in. It's Outlaw Radio, right? It's Thursday night.
It is.
It's Casualties of War. Everybody knows we break loose, get unadulterated and uncensored on Thursday nights with Outlaw Radio.
Yeah.
So the conversation centers around Tank being on some show or whatever. It's not even really important to even know what show it was. The conversation led to somehow, some way, with a man in the room, the topic became men sucking penis.
Ew.
First of all, that's a conversation I'm not going to participate in.
Let's not.
That's not going to even be the subject, right? But,
I'm leaving.
Whatever. He goes and in this discussion, he says this, it's a direct quote. Just because a man sucks another man's penis twice doesn't mean he's gay.
Asking for a friend.
Somebody help me.
Hey, he said,
somebody help me with
sucked it one time.
All right.
He still isn't sure. That's what he said. He said he still isn't sure, so he tries it again. And maybe again the third time, he said.
Who's the dude?
And then he said, and then he figures, well, maybe I'm not gay.
Listen.
I experimented back in college.
You know what I'm saying?
You can't even, as much as you hate college, as you call it,
went to college.
you can't even put that on there. Because I went to college. What no male penis sucking going on.
Right.
Not even if you would have said that, we would have beat you up. Them fighting words. So let's just take the time as a platform that we're adult here.
Yeah.
And tell a friend to tell a friend, hit like, hit share, hit follow, let everybody know
Do that.
it's going down.
Yeah.
But okay, so let's just talk about this. And I keep
you gonna make us talk?
Well, because I have to, because like I said, this is an L for the city.
I'm clowning.
It's an L for the city.
Yeah.
Let's
Big
talk
L.
about this. In this world,
Big black L.
nowadays, there is a blurring of the lines when it comes to gender.
An intentional blurring of the lines.
But
Understand?
So, from my perspective, you're either heterosexual or homosexual, right? Homo means the same. Hetero means different.
Yeah, either or, ain't no in between.
Yeah.
So if I am heterosexual, there's not a desire, a thought, an inkling, a fantasy, nothing where a man's penis should be anywhere near me. So for you to say that if a man sucks penis twice, he's still not gay, to me, you move the line a little bit further for some young confused brother who's maybe haunted by whatever. Maybe he's been touched or violated or whatever. This is how sometimes that trauma can leak over into sexuality. And people say, well, gay ain't that don't mean nothing wrong with me mentally. But if I say, yeah, but you got raped by a grown man multiple times, so it warped kind of it is mental health issue.
Absolutely, another one.
Right.
That's in our
So as a result, you don't really identify with either side because you say I know I'm a man, but I got a whole two.
Well, especially
am
when
I going too far?
No, they starting to teach you in preschool. You don't have to be a little boy.
Right.
Yeah, this shit crazy.
But I don't want them to start saying, little boys, go and suck penis and see if you like it. And then that's not how you figure out if you're gay or
right.
not.
No. Exactly.
That's not the way for you to figure out whether or not you're gay.
Exactly.
So but here's my thing. Who among us at this point does not see the gay agenda?
Yeah. Which you can't really, they get mad at you if you talk about it.
Okay.
Right. But they can talk about it.
Listen,
but we can't.
You listen. Tank talked about it, right? You know what I'm
I
saying?
hate it here.
He spent a lot of time. I assume by his conversation that he spent some time in Hollywood, and he got to know.
Been in a couple Tyler Perry movies.
I would assume by his conversation that he done had a few himself.
Well, that's what I said.
You know what I'm saying?
Asking for a friend sounding as we listen.
Y'all let me know what y'all think about Tank with this. Suck it twice and that don't mean I don't what is it, huh?
And wait,
what?
Let me remind you, this is Outlaw Radio.
Yes, you can say whatever you want, bro.
Yeah. What happened, man? And the women, they be loving on Tank, and ain't nobody saying nothing.
Now I don't think
not loving on y'all.
Right, and they quiet about it now.
Trying to understand and trying to change the way, because now there's this whole redefining of masculinity, which what they want to do now is redefine masculinity.
And I ain't going.
Well, because you come from the old school.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You ain't really son.
I'm holding our tradition.
So what they trying to do now is enforce upon our young men that there's this blurred perception and that you shouldn't be hardline masculine. And most of these people who are quote unquote experts will even say, if he's heavily hetero, then that must mean he's gay. That's not what the shit means. And I don't like gay dudes say, most of y'all want to be with a gay man anyways. I say no. A straight man does not want to be with a gay man.
Who told you that? Right?
Well, because dudes come to them who act straight. I'm like, bro, he's not really straight though. He's gay because he has penises in his mouth. That's kind of like one of the qualifying factors, right? Like you could just kiss one, gay. If you just touched another man's penis, you gay.
How about you don't have to touch them? How about if you look at another man's hairy ass and you're attracted to that? That turns you
made
on.
It sound so nasty.
I mean, it is just that, you know what I'm saying? No, but it's only sounded nasty to
we're not trying to get mad.
Somebody was out there was like, like
look at the ass on him. Shit.
So my point is, like, before you even touch anything, like that you have some questions to answer, right?
Y'all let me know what y'all think. Listen, if you a man out there and you watching my show and you think that you can suck penis twice and then not be gay, don't listen to my show no more. Because that's not what's popping over here.
Piss you off.
Yeah, well, I don't even want to be your friend. I don't want to hang with dudes who Sister Alicia Valles, she says, what did Tank do? I'm late to the show. Tank, the singer Tank, who has his origins in Milwaukee. Milwaukee holds an L.
He had his origins in Milwaukee.
Origins, I thought I said. Did I say origins?
Sound like origins.
See, wow.
Well, hey, man.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, we don't want to think about his origins. But yeah, he was on it was the Angela Yee show.
Was that what it was? Lip service? Okay, that's her thing, right?
Angela Yee show.
Okay, so he said if a man sucks penis twice, that don't mean he's gay. First of all, I don't know where he's actually from, like what street or whatever.
Capital.
I'm sure it's on YouTube.
No, and maybe it's not like it's not no gay people on Capital.
I'm just clowning. I don't know. I just said that.
No, we already
before you said Bible language.
Right. Men are over gay people, though. You know what? Masculine men are over homosexuality. You know what I mean when I say over it? We don't even care.
Right.
You can be as gay as you would like.
Yeah.
It don't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
Just don't come try to put it on me. Like, don't bring your gay over here and open it up in my house. Like, why you bring that shit over here, dog? You know what I'm saying? So, and
got something on you.
Now, is that homophobia? Is that gay?
It sounds like it.
You think so? Because I say, okay, bro, be gay over there, not over here.
No, I mean not that.
Okay. But bringing the gay in the bottle and all that, that was risky. Hey, Outlaw Radio.
I got it though.
Yeah. So Tank, man, and man, on the real, I think all brothers will identify me when I say this to you, man. You're gay, and that what you said is some bullshit. And I want to tell all young brothers out there right now, sucking penis is not the way to prove to yourself that you're not gay.
Straight up. Don't believe the hype.
No. It's not even, and don't even be that confused about it.
But here's the thing. And you wouldn't even want a penis in your mouth if you was masculine, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they're getting rid of the masculinity. Like to be and them getting rid of the masculinity. It's the same people that changed the time on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
It's this and AM and PM and all that. What we know today. It's the same people that changed the calendar. Right, it's the same people. Now they're trying to change the law. Masculinity and femininity is a law. It's a natural. It's in nature.
Brothers out there with children, brothers out there with sons, especially. Your son comes home and he says, "Dad, I was watching TV and this dude said, you know, even if I suck penis 2 times, that don't mean I'm gay." What conversation do you then have with your son? Do you tell your son, "Well, you know, that's cool, son. You know, you like, I mean, it ain't nothing." Do you have that? Or you say, "Man, don't you ever in your life? Let me tell you, sit your ass down right here. Let me explain something." Which one do you do?
For those of them that have a father to go ask that question too, right? Because nowadays, if they try to go to church and ask the question,
well, they set you up with the choir director.
they give you a different answer.
My sister said he was bisexual. That's fine if he's bisexual.
That's gay.
Just don't say you're heterosexual.
Bisexual is gay. It's gay.
Why can't we say that's gay? Like,
gay.
why they got to make up an in between?
It ain't no in between. That's like being I'm kind of pregnant.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I'm a little bit pregnant.
No, I'm blackish.
You pregnant or you're not? It's not. There's no.
You're gay. A little bit more, bro. You keep disappearing.
Look, he like that so much.
He over there trying to drink that elderberry juice. getting high off of it. It's radio, man. Casualties of War on the Thursday night. We're just, kind of just going through some items that passed across our and look, go check out the People's News Network.
The People's News
our
Network.
Facebook group. I wish you could call in too, my sister. See, every time I keep saying I'm not gonna go put all this money on the phone system if people don't want to call in.
Man, it's a way to do the live thing and have her own.
It's not giving me that option. If it was, I don't know if you gotta you gotta invite this person on. I don't know if they have to go and say.
I thought it before. You're listening to me.
What'd you say? What'd you say, brother?
I told you that it's a way to get them on, like
No, I say sometimes it gives me the option to say bring them on camera. I don't know if they have to request that. And then I could do it.
Ask her to help you.
Well, yeah, my sister, if you can get on, she said K Bull. Her name is Alicia Valles.
Well, hold on, let me go.
He's like, what? I told you about that elderberry.
Hey, look, man. What's happening, Alicia?
He called him off guard, right?
Right. What's happening? I'm over here sharing the show, right? What's up, Alicia? How you doing? Well, I'm tripping because she said K Bull. Like, they ain't called me that in years.
Right away.
Only people who know me as K Bull, they knew me.
She said let her try, so we can bring her on. We bring. Yeah. And if you got the option to come on, let me know. Because a lot of people. D.D. Simmons, it says bring on camera.
I want to hear from you. Yeah.
Adam Kosoki. Yeah. Floyd, Miss Ann Floyd. If y'all want to come on, y'all let me know. I'll bring any of y'all on. Y'all can say whatever y'all want to say.
Let's do that. Let's do that.
We won't even have to worry about a phone or none of that. And then people will be able to see your face too. Like,
right.
First of all, get your edges together before you call in the show.
Get to be responsible for what you say.
Kids in the background drawing on the wall. But look, so you referenced Angela Yee. And now this is something I normally wouldn't engage in
on that show too.
But I think some of the
That's
interviews,
his favorite show, man.
Some of the interviews that the Breakfast Club does are poignant, and a lot of times you do get. That's the best thing about it. Like all of the other stuff, all of the trash, like all that, you can trim that away. They do function as a platform.
They address some pertinent topics.
Yeah, they do.
I'll give that. So since Tom Joyner, left that space open.
And Steve Harvey.
No, not Steve Harvey.
Steve was here after time.
Yeah, he was here, but that ain't what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about just being here. I said addressing poignant and pertinent. You know what I'm saying?
Got you there. Tom Joyner was good with that.
Tom Joyner let you know about everything that was going on and somehow found a way to laugh about it. I respected that.
Yeah, man. So now it's a little trouble brewing on the Breakfast Club and this is just all hearsay, right? Because I guess Charlamagne and Angela Yee have unfollowed each other on social media. Okay. And this is centered around this whole Gucci Mane thing. Where Gucci Mane basically came on the show, I think it was like 3 years ago.
It was like Drake.
No, Gucci Mane, not Soulja Boy.
Oh, I'll get him mixed up. They mumble. I can't.
I don't know.
They
No, I don't know how you
I
get the
can't-
two dudes
They
mixed up.
mumble. I can't get them.
But so look, to make a long story longer,
Oh, dude.
basically Gucci Mane indicated that Angela Yee had tried to get with it, like at one point, like she was on groupie mode, like trying to, and she's like, no, I never did that. That's not true. Da 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 da. But then there's some footage that pops up of a podcast where she interviewed him, and she wasn't really like, come get the booty, but she was, she was
Let
talking.
them know it's over here.
Well, she was. I mean, for her, and respect for her, because she is a radio personality and she's good at what she does. And I think she was matching his energy. It didn't seem like. I mean, she was being like sexual, but she wasn't being like, you can get the sex. It was just like, yeah, whatever. She said she was deep or something like that. So this whole thing has jumped off now and then. Charlamagne goes and they do a court thing where they get at Gucci Mane, not Charlamagne, but Angela Yee and DJ Envy. Shit goes back. What it is Charlamagne then goes and does an interview with Gucci Mane because Angela Yee said she won't do it. She want an apology because he done came out the other day and reiterated some shit. Right? I don't know if he got an album coming out or what. But what ends up happening is Charlamagne interviews him by himself. He says, "I'll slap the shit out of Envy. Angela Yee is a punk ass bitch. Fuck her." So like Gucci Mane goes in on the interview.
He said that?
Yeah, he said all this shit, man. When I see Envy, if he come at me wrong, I'm gonna slap the shit out of him. He's a bitch. I mean, you can go look it up. You can pull his interview up.
Yeah, I am.
But it's just Charlamagne interviewing. So I guess now she's mad
that he did the interview.
Right. So they supposedly, and this is just shit I see in the media. They might be holding hands in the morning. I don't know. But it's a disruption of something. They've been on top now for about 7-8 years, where they had this kind of platform and it's going this way. It'll be a shame if something like this is what does it in.
See, I don't think you necessarily got to be warm and fuzzy with everybody you work with.
True that.
Do good business. I mean, listen, we done had a few disagreements, right? You know what I'm saying? That never made it on the show, right?
Not just a few.
Just a couple,
right?
One or two, right? You know what I'm saying? So
I don't know nobody who ain't never had an argument.
But when we get here, this is what we doing this, right? You know
that's what I said. He still got to get the check.
Yeah, so everybody do this, right? And so that's what we do. So it's fine. I mean, how long they've been together, it's inevitable.
Right, it has to. Yeah, the end got to come.
People gonna fight and argue and disagree and grow apart.
I just would, I would think it would be because of something they said that got them in trouble. Go out like Arsenio with Farrakhan or something. I mean, don't go out like this because of Gucci. Like, what happened to the show, man? Gucci Mane. Like, this dude's not even on the show. Like, he's whatever, man. I don't want to waste too much time on it. I just
it's foolishness.
Right. I just right. She said I have to add her on. And I'm so old and don't know what the hell I'm doing.
He say that, but he hooked all this up. He's like the engineer, so he, don't even let it. He got you thinking his VCR is still blinking 12.
Right. It is. I don't know how to set the shit for what day, right?
And you got to be old to even understand what I just said.
Right. My sister, I don't even know how I can even bring you on. I'm trying. I don't see an option for that. I think we may have to be friends or something. Somebody put me up on what you got to do.
Send her a friend request.
Right. So,
we'll get it right. We'll get it right.
Then we had the situation in our city this week where brother Vaughn Mays was brought up again on some federal charges. First of all, I want to say I don't wish the penitentiary on no man.
Real talk.
I don't care who you are. I don't care who you with, I wouldn't want you to have to go to the penitentiary unless you're a rapist.
Okay. No, that's what I'm saying.
Or a child molester, right. I don't whatever. So I don't wish no penitentiary on no man.
Right.
And I do believe, and we talk about it all the time, how crooked the United States government can be and how they maneuver.
Right.
And we have examples of them trumped up charges in a kangaroo court over the years, in which it was an individual who's involved on a grassroots level, who was active in his or her community, and they came after him. And Marcus Garvey, like we can go all the way back, right? This war been going on a long time, casualties of war. So I'm saying, I hope that this brother innocent of everything they charge him with.
Okay.
And I do believe that if he beats this, he can write his own ticket. I think he would then be the cat in Milwaukee to lead. You beat the feds, bro.
Right.
You that dude. Like, I'm voting for you. On the real, I'm going to be honest with you. To beat the feds. The feds come heavy, they come hard. They come with a lot of research. That's what we call it. Investigative procedures involved. So this is like watching. I'm watching this now, and I'm saying, "Whoa, this is heavy," because they just came out and gave the brother some more charges this week. You can go and look at it in the People's News Network. Read it yourself. I don't want to give you any details because I want you to decide for yourself on how you sit.
Also, you know what I mean? I think the big thing is they want to put the blame on somebody about Sherman or about the
Oh, yes.
You know what I'm saying? They want to put the blame on somebody.
Yes.
Because that made world news. That wasn't just Milwaukee.
You niggas acted a fool.
You know, yeah.
Shame on y'all.
We got to blame somebody for this shit.
We barely got to
then there you go, though. You know what I mean? It's the war.
Yes.
Talking about the war. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
The war that's on.
And the casualties.
Yeah, the casualties of war.
Casualties
they want to make him a casualty of it. You know what I'm saying? So,
well, they want to make him collateral damage
yeah.
as a frontline soldier, because nobody in this city can say they haven't seen this brother out here doing what he does in his neighborhood.
So let me ask you this. There's two questions. So if, hypothetically, he did everything that they accusing him of, then does he deserve what he's facing?
Well, if it involves the accused, the alleged usage of the children, then yeah.
Okay.
Only if it involves the children. But I also believe that it depends on where you stand in terms of what revolution is.
Well, no, I'm okay. So in your revolution, you can use children, because some people, like, you know, they have Arabs that have, you know, suicide bombers.
Right, little kids.
They promise them 75 virgins when they die and all that stuff.
You're right.
So, you know, so again, you're right. What is your definition of revolution?
Now, if you're like, because first of all, we all want something done about the problems, right? And in some black people's eyes, if this brother was saying, hell yeah, we're going to burn a damn police station down, they'd be like, that's what I'm talking about. Right. But then there's some black people would be like, hey, not really, not so much.
I mean, even if he was saying, you know what I mean? I'm like this, man. So what? Look how long they've been doing shit to us.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Look how long they've been plotting on us.
Okay.
But you get mad because one brother want to plot on something that happened, something that they did.
Right.
You know what I mean? It started off with some shit they did.
Exactly.
Who's to blame for the hate that hate made?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So, but now they want to put him on the front page, you know what I'm saying, and say, yeah, he started this, he did it, but what would happen to make that happen?
Right.
Cause and effect.
You dig what I'm saying?
What was the reason why everybody was
pissed off? I don't think he should get charged like they want him to be charged, because they've been doing this shit.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
And that's an answer.
Yes, it is. And it's beautiful because you think about those white cats who bombed the church in Alabama, and the murderers of Emmett Till, and all these acts of real overt. Even Dylan Roof got Burger King on the way to the joint, right?
Yeah.
Like, so that's what I'm saying. It depends on where you sit in terms of what you believe to be revolution. Because some people like myself believe revolution at this point should be more financial than anything.
Yeah.
More economic boycott than anything.
Because see, that's how you hurt them.
Well, that's how you hurt them, and it's really one of the only weapons we really have.
It's right at this point,
and it's the most powerful.
Well, you know what I'm saying. At this point, and again, somebody who disagrees with me, if you understand something I don't understand, you know, teach me. But right now, like, you know, if we decided to take up arms, that would be futile.
Right.
It'd be silly.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They listen, you get your clothes, you get your water, you get your food, you get your electricity, you got your phone, you got your internet, you get it all from them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So if they cut you off, most of us wouldn't really know how to survive. Some of us wouldn't know what to do if they got up in the morning and pick and save and McDonald's was closed. Wouldn't know how to feed themselves. Right. You see what I'm saying?
How the lights in spot gonna be cut off? That means we energies know.
You see what I'm saying?
Y'all ain't got no generator.
So
just do that to me on his cell phone, posting on Instagram.
So we're not prepared for any of that. But the only thing that we do have is they depend on us to be consumers.
To spend that money. Yeah.
They live off of us, and not only that, but we the leaders, as far as they walk like us, they talk like us, they sing like us, they wear their hair like us, they shake hands like us. You see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So we still lead. We just don't understand that we lead, and there's power that ain't being.
And I would even say this: used. I hope, you know what? Because I'm a cheerleader for foolishness, right? And it's like any competition I ever see. Whatever black person in it, I want them to win. I really would like to see this brother pull this off to make the feds look stupid and show and prove in court, y'all made this shit up. I got y'all, and I hope if he does it, he reverse sues them. I don't know the legal illegalities of this, but I would hope he sued the United States government and got $100 billion.
Now, let me ask you this: isn't it our understanding? Of course, we certainly could have been misled, but isn't it not our understanding that when the feds come for you, they've already crossed their T's and
they have a very high success rate.
What is it, 9? I mean,
It's like
95. Okay, so I mean that's just our understanding. I might be wrong about it.
Heavy, yeah.
But that's what I heard.
Yeah. Are we talking about that? Look, this ain't you against the North Side. This is you against the United States of America.
Yeah.
So
wait, and the judge and jury is the United States of America.
It's a big ass flag hanging.
It's hard to beat somebody who's making a rule.
I just hope you know what. I hope.
They change them as they go.
They really will,
right?
They really will. That's why there's a difference between.
We just seeing one of these singers out there and talk about sucking dick, and we'll change the law.
Right, go have Tank sing before the trial.
They won't even know.
Won't be no dudes in the courtroom. They'll be throwing up in the bathroom.
Now you know what makes me more upset than Tank is all the women that love Tank.
Yeah, I was gonna get at that.
Well, they like his songs. They like his. They don't. I can't put that on there.
Saying they love Tank.
I know you like R. Kelly, right? So,
they were saying
I like R. Kelly.
No, when you was like,
listen. I have some R. Kelly songs that I will always like.
No matter what.
It doesn't have anything to do with me liking him personally. I like the song.
You don't like him personally?
No, I never even met him. I don't know.
So you don't dislike him personally?
You can keep doing this. We're in federal court right now, right?
You know what's funny though? Like, what if Rihanna was on there and she was talking about eating pussy?
On where?
On that
show. Look, I want to see it. Where is it at?
On the Tank show.
That's what I'm saying. Like now, if it was Rihanna,
where you going?
Yeah, now if it was Rihanna,
it wouldn't be no scandal.
Show, it wouldn't be no thing.
But you know what? But it would be some sisters that would have a problem with it, right? It would be some.
It'll be a bunch of straight sisters to be like, you know what? I love her. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, brothers wouldn't be upset.
That's Rihanna. You know what I'm saying?
It wouldn't matter if her name was Boom Quisha. If she talking about for some girl on girl, brothers be with the shit.
He's backing it up.
Come on,
backing it up.
Boom Quisha.
You don't have to be platinum. Listen,
when I get home, I'm Googling Boom Quisha. If it's a porn star, I know something about you.
At least you said nobody would have said nothing.
I would have told you she was.
Hey, at least you say nobody would have said nothing.
No.
You know, they wouldn't have said it wrong. I wouldn't have.
That's how much of an assault, see, because
this wouldn't even be a topic on the show.
No, it wouldn't.
It wouldn't.
The show would be blank. Like during this space right now, the show would be blank.
We'd have been trying to watch it. Like,
man, y'all hear what Rihanna
we're doing research right now.
I'm listening to Rihanna right now, right? By her album. Yes, sir. There's this thing now where, of course, we in an extension on we were talking about masculinity and the blurring of the lines and all this kind of thing.
Intentional.
I seen there's a movement now so that transgender women can receive some sort of organ alteration so that they can have children. And I say, people have lost their damn mind. Listen,
they're gonna die trying to have a kid.
Well, it's
and second of all, it's a transgender man. You're still a man.
Well, don't you got to put a whole new pelvis in? Because correct me if I'm wrong.
I said, you're gonna
a
die
woman's
trying
pelvis
to
doesn't it? Now I'm not a gynecologist, Jason. I know you studied it. Now, does the pelvis separate during childbirth? Jason,
I studied it like that pastor did.
Right. Oh yeah. Oh my God. That's before X-rays. That's pap smear. Yeah, you're nasty. Shout out to Keith Terry, man. What's going on, brother?
What's up, bro?
Peace.
The proprietor of 3041 North.
5-star.
Prominent in our shop.
Yes, sir.
414-810-3131. Outlaw Radio. Casualties of war on a Thursday night. There is a war on people of color. There's a war on poor people. However you can fit into this jacket, fit into it. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying. I don't want to get into an argument with another person who's oppressed about who's the most oppressed.
No.
Right. And I don't even have time for that. If you say, well, I'm discriminated against too, I'd be like, all good, and keep moving. Especially if you ain't black, because then I don't really have to stop and talk to you.
Right.
There's another black person. I gotta say, man, so what's going on, brother? Man, you know they cut my goddamn lights off, man. This shit. It goes into that kind of thing. So, I think we waste time pontificating about who's the most. I got it worse than you. No, I'm worse than you. Like, no. Bullshit is bullshit. Right?
Okay, listen, how about all the motherfuckers who got it worse than each other get together and compare ourselves to the motherfucker who don't got it worse at all? The one that's benefiting on us having it the worst, right?
When you talk about wealth distribution, we just spoke about. We were talking about the brother, and we were saying, and I wanted people to chime in and let me know: is that the way to revolution in your mind? To get aggressive and start, shooting at cops and blowing up police stations and initiate anarchy, or is it about economic boycotts and strategic placement and really investing and being financially literate?
Or do you have another idea, something that we haven't even come up with, something maybe that we haven't been doing for the last 50 years? Right?
Put it in. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the person who feels like, no, it's time to blow shit up, that might be their perspective.
It's time to learn something.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's time to
how
learn
about
something.
how about we get our own? Like I'm still with the separation type situation.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I think that if enough of us, let's get some land. You know what I mean? And let's make some changes.
James Brown.
Let's
get together.
Shit, at least like the messages on the south side.
Oh shit.
You know what I mean? Shit, fuck with each other. You know what I'm talking about?
Solidarity.
Straight up.
What concept?
How do we do that?
You go over there like, you ride down Cesar Chavez Avenue. You know what I'm saying? And you see all the action. It's all the Mexican businesses lined up all the way down. It's like a few blocks straight where there's just a bunch of action going on. You know what I mean? And then you come over to town, it's like a ghost town. You don't even see nobody in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And that's their neighborhood they in.
And they patronize those.
And they patronize. You know what I'm saying? And really, I think we don't have to even stay in the same neighborhood to support each other. We just need to figure out some kind of system, you know what I'm saying, where we know who to go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When it's time, when we need some plumbing done, we know who to go to. Furnace done, we know who to go to.
Believe that's how they do.
You know what I'm saying? And then that way, they can't Tulsa Oklahomans. You know what I mean? Because we would be all over the place now. They can't Tulsa Oklahomans now.
All right.
Did you see the poll that says most white people say that they didn't even know about Tulsa or...
Yeah.
Why would they?
I believe it.
Well, I mean,
so there's a lot of black people that don't know.
These are the same people who say, why would we give them reparations?
Well, yeah, how would it benefit?
Why would we ever?
Yeah, right, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But these are the same people who say, it ain't about race, it ain't about this, and they say, what happened?
But these are the same people that write shit out of history. You know what I'm saying? These are the same people that whitewash, go find black images and white face them and shit. Like,
yeah, that's true.
The devil is a lie.
Apparently.
Amen.
And we seen that the people got active in the community, and this is the first time I ever seen this happen. Brother Khalif Rainey, who is an alderman, actually backtracked and sided with his constituents. He sided with the people in the community.
Yeah, I think that.
He went against Barrett. He went against everybody and said, no, this ain't what they want.
Right.
Now, the controversy about this meat processing plant or whatever was the environmental effects, the smell and whatnot, and the potential polluting of the area. People said 250 to 500 jobs, and there were people who came and spoke against it. Mr. Terry and his mom. Shout out to Mama Terry, and shout out to Brother Keith, to the Terry family. Period. I could bring you on too, Keith.
We need more Terry families out there.
Well, but then people say, but what's for the greater good in the community? Should we get these 500 jobs? And that's what's most important. But then somebody weighed the question of, well, who even said that the people that they hire would be from here?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because there's no emphasis on that.
Right, and put that in the contract. Like, before you make false promises and whatnot. So I'm glad somebody was there listening, doing something involved.
Yeah, but I was just more impressed that Khalif actually took a stand.
And I think that's worth noting.
Yeah, right? I haven't seen that in a long time, especially coming from our alderman.
Yeah.
Because they normally go with what Barrett says, right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like, no, this is what we gonna do, y'all cool. And he said, no,
we see.
But he also know the re-election is coming.
No, see, that's but you know what though? But that's how
I'm hating, right?
Hey, but that's how you get a brother out.
That's how you get people
behind you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
That's how you get the
People
voters
up,
on
man.
your side.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
It
about.
can certainly be a political tactic.
Right. It could be.
Now, see, here's the thing. Let's go back in his record, right? Because he didn't just get his seat. So how long has he been making decisions like that? Is that the first one? I'd like to have a website where we can look up information.
There is actually.
Like that. And so, yeah.
Oh, no, you can go look up how they voted
Listen,
on every bill, everything.
do me a favor. Please share that on the People's News Network, bro.
You know what? That's cool, but I just love how this brother slid some homework on me. You peeping bull?
As you go,
Mr. College, go and retrieve that information from your vast resources. Right?
Well, you was like, it's no problem, brother. All you have to do is click on the.
It's on the internet.
Well, yeah,
you got to do what I did. You got to Google it.
Listen, we're here to help the people.
Right. Well, I'm helping y'all by saying Google that shit yourself.
Really? Google? Really? Listen.
Surprise.
Stop it. Somebody tell him he's wrong.
Casualties of war, man.
Yeah.
I'm not following.
Well, what's that big alert? Somebody tell him.
Right. That's the bullshit alert popping up on the screen. Jason, you are on some bullshit. The bullshit light that came on. Hey, it's Outlaw Radio, man, on a Thursday night.
Outlaw.
We will be here Saturday night. To 9:30 p.m.
For Sheezy.
We've gotten into a habit of doing the weekend rundown, which is cool, which I enjoy doing. And it's just, I'm just thinking about changing some stuff up, just moving some buttons around. So we'll see what we can come up with Saturday. I want to keep people in tune. And there's a lot of people who only watch on Saturday. Got big love. Some people only watch on Thursday. Some of Kamar people only watch on Wednesday. Right? So, right.
Y'all stop that.
Right. No doubt.
Share
watch all the time.
Share the love.
And shout out to Alicia. She said she want to be on here one day.
Yeah.
Hey, you holler at the boy. If, you got to pass the background.
That's my job.
Well, it depends.
You should see it. Well,
let's slow this down a little bit. Bull will have fucking Menudo in the studio next week. They will be in my garage.
You said Menudo.
We got our home detox now, homes.
Vatos, homes, barrio.
You found out I got a crush on you. Right.
Wow.
Shout out to Menudo.
Man,
that wasn't even Menudo. That was the Jet. So I got my.
Was that a different group or was it a different name? I don't know.
It's all semantic. It's all crazy, man. Y'all let me know how y'all feel, man. Then I thought it was very interesting that Kanye West, he's doing this thing where he goes and does church service or whatever, and it's just kind of like he's making a gospel album. I don't want to do rap music anymore. It's the devil's music. And he goes to one of the mega churches in Atlanta. I don't know the name, but I know Jamal Bryant is the pastor, and I'm familiar with it. Jamal Bryant used to always wear funny clothes when he was on the reality show. When he used to play the reality show circuit, I used to be laughing at his gear, but he's more memorable to me because he had a big church in Baltimore. When that all went down, he went there thinking he was going to be able to do something one day. And the triple OG came and ran him. I mean, I ain't never seen a brother walk this straight or this fast. As he told him, now you get your ass up out of here. Jamal Bryant got vertical. He like Jerry Rice going out. He ain't trying to be tough. He ain't trying to buck up. He said, yes, sir. I understand. And when dude finally told him that we don't whip your ass this time, but you get out of here, he said, thank you. He was whoever had the camera was out of order. And they just stood there and watched. He didn't even look back. But Kanye gave a large donation to his church. He gave it back. And he gave it back because he said he does not support the Donald Trump support that Kanye's, affiliated with, that he's made himself affiliated with. So he said they gave the money away, right? I guess it was a sizable donation. With what Kanye is doing with that, like, what's up with Kanye? Is this, the whole Trump thing, and now it's the Jesus thing? It's like you really becoming like one step away from some overalls and a banjo.
Let me ask.
Right. No, I'm just laughing. I'm laughing. You go ahead. I want to say something.
Let me ask you this question: if Kanye wasn't rich,
Right.
Wouldn't he just be that mental dude on the bus stop? You know?
You're supposed to say you ain't supposed to call nobody mental no more.
I'm sorry. Wouldn't he be just the
The
dude?
mentally ill brother.
Yeah, right, okay. You know what I'm saying? They're washing windshield somewhere, or you know what I'm saying, trying to sell poems, right?
Yeah,
you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
He's just trying to say
he's rich. That's the only reason we care. Go away. Like, listen, you're retarded.
you can't call.
I'm sorry. What's the?
I blame
what's
it
the
on
word?
I blame it on the media.
Just break every rule.
I'm
Just
sorry.
break it.
I blame all this shit on the media. Like he doing.
So you
this-
blame
I
the
think-
media on
I think,
Kanye?
I think he doing. You know what I'm saying, and the media playing right into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's their
We gonna air
job.
this
It's
shit
all.
He's doing church songs, and I think he was doing like parodies.
But he's
real
like, no,
songs.
he's taking
Like he was making church songs out of songs that.
right, rapping, hip
Yeah.
like that's what he's doing. He
Yeah.
took the Leah
I
song.
even seen how he was talking about the churches was walking out on him and shit.
Some people, yeah, New York.
Yeah,
some of
they
the
said
people get it.
walking out on him.
Because it's more like a show. It's like a minstrel show.
Right. Like personally, I don't care what he do.
No, I mean, come on.
No, none of this shit.
Kanye's
me,
irrelevant at
nor
this point.
nor surprise me. You know what I'm saying?
Now we classify Kanye as this old Kanye or new Kanye.
Here's the thing. Why is it important? Like in 50 years
Right.
down the line, he didn't
Because
cure
the media
anything.
keep putting this
He
shit on
didn't
TV.
Like he's
That's
so.
the only reason it's important.
He's at this point. He's the Black Justin Bieber. Like, you know what I'm saying? Go away. What are you talking
Like
about?
Justin Bieber.
Fuck out of here.
Shout out to my brother Joy Phillips, man. He said, "Love family. The word is real. Outlaw radio is the truth." We sure enough appreciate that, brother.
Yeah,
that's my
See,
big,
Kanye
my
is one
big
of the
homie
people
right
where
there.
it's like
Joey. Yeah, Joey.
he's one of
Phillips.
those people who I can say, it's not like R. Kelly. I feel funny about listening to R. Kelly music. You know what I mean? But I still listen to
It's a lot of
Kanye old music. You know what I'm saying? I still do.
Right. Well, ain't no
But I
piss,
feel
it
bad.
ain't no piss involved with Kanye.
You know what I'm saying? I feel bad about listening to
But
R.
you know
Kelly.
what?
You know
I
I'm
don't
saying?
because when I listen to Your
When he
Body's
was like,
Calling,
listen, when he listened to Tank, he don't feel bad.
well, don't
Well,
make
I doubt
that
if I
statement
listen to
for me
Tank.
yet.
I don't want to listen to Tank.
I can speak for myself in regards to Tank. That's a different conversation, Jason. No, with R. Kelly, when I listen to Your Body's Calling Me, I think about where I was when that song came out and what I had going on.
Yeah,
I reminisce on it like, oh, I remember this was my shit.
I think about where my kids is.
His body calling him, what a kid.
Where my kids at?
Girls come in the
Oh
house.
my God, man. You can't take black people nowhere.
You're the punishment. Like what I do. R. Kelly was calling him.
Right, man. Oh my goodness.
He got to come in.
And then they're saying, I see a lot of white people right now saying there's gonna be a civil war if Donald Trump gets indicted. No, it ain't.
Listen.
No, it ain't.
U.S. military.
No, it ain't.
All you motherfuckers, you've
No,
been
it
ain't.
itching for service. You want to protect some shit.
Niggas ain't fit to
Like-
go war with shit if dude get elected.
Wait, but
I think if it's gonna be some kind of civil war, it's gonna be white people against white people.
well, yeah.
They've been doing
That's
that.
what the
for
last
years.
one was.
You know what I mean?
We
That's
just
what I'm
wanted to get in it.
Right.
Let us fight. I'd have been like, y'all go ahead and fight that shit out. And whoever died the most, we gonna take over that fucking city.
Listen. For all the motherfuckers that been bought, they sold that, they bought that lie about we protecting our freedom.
Right.
You know, you going over there, you killing kids for oil. No. If you really want to protect your freedom, when these rednecks start coming from the hills, like Donald Trump, like listen,
Right.
now it's
I
time
hope that shit
to
never
get your
happened.
protection on.
Yeah,
Right.
man.
Hey,
Hey.
if you want to be in the
Yeah,
military,
do the soldiers at that point? Do they be like, you know what? I'm riding with them, or
Well, first of all, it's a lot of black
I'm
United States.
hop in this tank and roll to the hood.
are they
Right.
black? They writ down for the red, white,
Hey,
and
you
blue.
hear me? Will they
Some of them
jump
brothers
hop in
just
the
trying
tank
to
and
get
hit
a
it to
job.
the hood?
And
They
from
got-
Chicago
well, now they
and
trying
couldn't
to
go
teach
to
the
college.
child.
Yeah.
Right. So same thing.
Bring some
Try
of
the
the
shit
weapons
out
back.
this tank.
Bring some of the weapons of mass destruction back to the hood.
Oh my
Oh, it's in the hood. They do bring them back to the hood.
You know what I'm talking about?
God.
But no, I
They
don't
sent plenty
think
of them to Chicago.
I don't think it's ever gonna be a race war.
You know, I hope not. I hope not, because it's really not that serious to the point where we got to go to war, because we already live in the reality that it's being done and ain't shit happening,
Mhm.
right? So like if we tried to go to war now, what do you think? I think we get a Not because I don't have trust or hope in black people.
You wouldn't call on the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob
When they get ready to drop the bunker buster on the north side.
You wouldn't call on the God.
I'm calling my family and say I love y'all, man.
I'm asking you because otherwise, seriously, otherwise what chance do we have? If you don't believe in a higher power, like what chance would we have?
I think the higher power is telling me sit down and don't go attack the police station.
Right. They got more guns.
That's what God say to me. Like
they got bigger guns.
God told me something. He told me.
He'd be like, no, just go to work, man. He said, leave the police alone. That's what he tells me, man.
He put it on you.
Right, put it on my heart. Like, leave him alone, right? So, and other people are convicted differently. Whatever lights your fire, man. I mean, because you need motivation in life. So.
But we speak of war again. We got to go back to the economic part.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Stop spending money, man. That's how we be.
That is our greatest weapon
right there, man.
Because their whole economic system is designed on our backs.
Yeah, that's how you beat the system.
As soon as we stand up, we destroy the whole system.
It's hard to just stop spending money though. Like black people.
No,
how bad do you want it?
Listen,
right? Your ass going to Walmart.
How fed up are y'all?
You going to Walmart?
All this shit happening.
You go to Walmart like I'm gonna spend $5. You go there, come out with a whole sofa.
I mean, it's just like
$200.
But now they're coming in our house and killing us now. I hear you. You can save $50. You know what I'm saying? I hear you. But now they are coming in our house and murking us. You see what I'm saying? So again,
or through the window.
Right. How do you? At what point is enough? Right.
So, you heard what I said? Was it Walmart and them who did?
It might have been.
I'm going to Walmart. No. Economic boycotting involves a lot of sacrifice. Because first of all, we have to become smart on how we purchase goods. But we have to stock up.
But we're not asking you to sacrifice your life. You see what's going on in other countries?
Just cut some corners.
Right. We asking you to shop black on Mondays. Right, we asking you to do simple shit. You see what I'm saying? Like to flex your muscle, to make the ones who respect green say, hey, we need to respect them because a lot of green is coming that way. Yeah. In some days we're not even asking you to do nothing. Just don't shop.
Right.
So do your shopping on a Saturday if we do, or Sunday if
because they make that money in between your grocery trips because you forget something.
Yeah, man. So what we asking is not ridiculous. And when you look at the plight of other people, other countries, they protest and they actually risking their lives, their jobs, their livelihoods. All you got to do is not that's laziness. There's no excuse for that.
Right.
That's why other races look at us and don't respect us, right? Because we don't take advantage of the power we have.
No doubt.
Right. Again, it's that forgiveness too that our people got, or that we want to have.
It's
forgive.
It's okay.
So I keep spending my money here.
Right. Here, it's okay.
Keep calling my kids little niggers and taking their money and calling our women bitches and
financial.
You know what I mean? Hitting our kids with bats and shit when they come in your store. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that happens.
That
happened here in Milwaukee.
That's some way more than what I'm saying. So you know what I mean? So we got this forgiveness thing going on where you did that, so what? Look on past it, but fuck that. You know what I'm saying? I always go back to the gas station right before the service when they was doing that boycott, and they made them people drop that gas down to 99 cents a gallon in just a month. You know what I'm saying? If you could stretch that out, if we could have stretched that out to 3-4 months, man, it wouldn't have been a gas station.
Stretch that out to owning our own gas
station.
You know
what
was crazy?
To move out, and some one of us could have got in there.
You know what was crazy about that particular protest? There was a lot of blowback from black people.
Yeah,
I was there,
man.
You was there too. Was you there?
Which time?
Oh, when he shot the gun up before the Sherman riots, his son, I guess his nephew, kids came in the store while and he shot the pistol up in the air. He came outside and shot the pistol up in the air. No, that preceded the whole situation. Yeah, I went. And we went over there in the protest, and black people was pissed. Like it was one dude who actually was like threatening some action, like, I'm finna go home and get my shit and I'll be back. Y'all gonna move out my way. Right. Like these were black people from the community. Yeah. And I'm like, you do realize there's like 2 gas stations right there, right down the street.
Right down the street.
Yeah, man. No doubt. It was crazy, man. So, with that whole thing, with the whole protesting idea, and you say, okay, well, I want to do this, and this is how I think the revolution should be conducted. For every 5 that say yes, like 10 other people say, no, I don't think we should do that.
Yeah, man. You know, the only way you got to choke these people out of our community. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Protesting ain't doing nothing.
No, you got to choke them out.
Protesting ain't doing nothing but letting people in the community or other people know that there's a problem here. Otherwise, other than that, protesting is not effective.
Yeah.
At least, excuse me, y'all. At least here in the 414, I done seen a lot of protests. I've been involved in some. The businesses that has been protested here are making as much, if not more, money than they was before they was protesting.
Mm-hmm. That's true. The protest didn't work for Martin Luther King. You know,
no, it actually did. The bus boycott worked,
which is what the civil rights movement is based on.
Marvelously. So this is
economic boycott.
This is our
but that was economic again.
Yeah, but we can't.
I'm talking about the protesting where they're just marching and shit.
No,
that don't do shit.
I mean, it did then. And it did then.
Can we say
the March on Washington, the Million Man March, which they trying to write out of history, by the way, was significant.
I think those marches. I think those marches made.
But I mean, like, okay, well, let's be realistic. What did they do?
Well, I think the first of all times.
I ain't saying it was bad.
No, I mean even the March on Washington was such a polarizing thing at the time that it brought so much more awareness to the situation. The Million Man March kind of functioned the same way, in which it brought a whole lot of awareness to what the plight of Black people were at that time, fighting mass incarceration. And those was the first beginnings of us standing up saying, wait a minute,
I think
this is a systematic thing here. It wasn't just the same old man. It was like, no.
It wasn't we shall overcome.
There's something in the water here. So those marches were significant. But I know what you're saying too. Some of these protests just be for nothing.
Now we
actually follow that.
Let me tell you the thing about white people. You only catch them off guard one time.
Okay.
Right? Because when you do something they did not expect, immediately they have a council, they are investigating, and they are change the rules and the laws to make sure you don't get that victory against them anymore. Real talk. So this is what happened. So we have protested to death where they've got to the point where they'll make money off our protests. You got to go get a license to protest. You see what I'm saying? And then when you pay them to protest, they're gonna give you an area. You go protest over there, and you can protest between the hours of this and this, and then you get out of here.
Yeah. No doubt.
So your protest ain't effective anymore. It once was. So we can't look back and say because protests don't work now that they didn't work. They did. And that's why the rules, the laws have been changed. That's why there's a protest fee now, right? You got.
But then they worked against them.
Well, no, it didn't. It's just that they changed. Again, you are playing a game with somebody.
Then they changed the rules. That's right. It harder for us.
So we can't keep doing the same shit.
So we made it change.
So we got to do something else. When do we ever solidarity, as one?
Right.
One of them were.
Thank you. Just boycott some shit since Martin Luther King.
Right. There's when Martin Luther King's murder was it served its purpose. It was a very, very definitive blow to where we were headed. Especially when you do it in the order. Talk about the 60s where Malcolm's gone, and Martin's gone, and then Medgar Evers is gone, and then they do Fred Hampton, and they systematically eradicate real leadership in the Black community. And we know that was on purpose.
And we watched it happen, right? And we still didn't unify,
right?
And say, stop it. We still didn't put a stop to it, right? And one of the things Martin said before, he said, next time we coming about that march, next time we march, we coming for a check. Right.
And
so no, nigga, you got to go.
And once again, casualties of war. You gotta approach this. If you really want to make anything happen for yourself right now, this is something I gotta even put on my own back, because I'm not the most, I got all the answers. I'm a motivational speaker. Hell no.
You went to college.
But that didn't fix shit, right? So I was crazy before I got there, and I'm crazy now. So
I heard.
Right. So it don't matter. And by all means, go pursue some education, because all education really is understanding. So whatever, if you you ain't even gotta have the same interests as I do. If you just balled up pieces of paper there's an art form to that. Go research it and try to be able to do it for an artist.
Somebody's rich from toilet paper.
Right.
Just keep
just
that in
something to
mind.
wipe your
You know what
booty
I'm saying?
with.
It ain't even a product. It's about your selling ability. We got some cats.
And about you being able to wipe your
right
booty
now,
so you won't be smelling like
just stop.
dookie.
Somebody sells shit, right? They call it fertilizer.
Fertilizer.
You know what I'm saying?
They even take the human Milorganite is human feces
Stop.
that Milwaukee says home of Milorganite.
It ain't about what you sell.
I'm selling the flu shot.
About your
I'm
ability
selling
to
the
sell
flu
it.
shot. I call it elderberry syrup.
I don't know if that was a good follow-up to the manure sales, but
No. But I had to get it in there before the conversation turned.
I would take that, not the manure. I would do.
Hey man, as much as we love doing what we do, we even have to put a cap on it. It's Thursday night. Don't fret. We'll be back Saturday night with Outlaw Radio again, and the Saturday show goes harder. Trust me.
Definitely.
So check us out, man. Shout out to everybody who supports us, man. Check out my girl Lena Jackson, who was an early guest on the show. She's an up and coming female rapper. She's bubbling, man. She was on our show about 4 or 5 years ago, all the way back in the Spreaker days, and we heard her first. It was like her first record. And shout out to T. Brad because he was called Darkness Brim, and we reached out to her and we brought on the show. And we're actually Facebook friends. This whole time she been grinding, just doing music, living her life. She's starting to bubble up now. I see she was on Sirius XM on Static Selector show. So shout out to her, man. I hope she blow up your way, man. Keep working on your craft. She's a perfect example. You just got to keep going, man. You got to keep going.
Yeah.
Bro, you got something you want to drop before we bounce?
Man, I just want to, tell everybody to join the People's News Network. Also, we got the Nature's Nature page.
Oh, yeah, Nature's Nature.
Yeah.
Nature's Nature Herbs and Supplements on Facebook.
Get in
we got
on that.
Healthy Self, Heal Thyself on Facebook.
Yeah.
And we got us individually on Facebook.
Yeah, and if anybody ever called you a conspiracy theorist, then go to the Talk to Teach, Listen, and Learn page. Check that out.
Get yourself in some trouble.
Hey,
immediately. Always, like we always say, man, the best way to put this thing is in the words of the great Willie D, man. If your contribution to the community outweighs your criticism, or your criticism outweighs your contribution, you're probably a coon. I fuck.
Right.
I see y'all Saturday.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time.
Right. We out, man.
Peace.
Fucked it up, told you, right? Yeah. He's Willie D somewhere like, I ain't said that shit. Hey, man. What's wrong with him tonight? I should have shouted him out. He been on the show.
Yeah, you should have. See if you can find some of that old footage, man. Let's make some.
I would have to go through.
Yeah, well, go through.
And then I think they erased a lot of it because they was really trying to strong arm me when I downsized my